Hello, everybody. How you guys doing?
Hey, welcome to Slurpathon 2024, or welcome back if you were already with us. And up next is Dewdney with another Quab's treasure.
It's Quabbin time.
Oh yeah.
So, if you guys have never seen this game before, it is. Oh, my controller up just keeps sticking a little bit, but it's fine. It'll be fine. If you guys have never seen this game before, it is a crab Dark Souls game. It is a Souls-like game. We're underwater. We're a cute little crab named Krill. At the start of the game, we're gonna get our shell taken, and the whole game is an adventure of us trying to get our shell back. We do get to see a glitch because of donation incentives called uppies. It's going to change the start of my run a little bit. It's a pretty impressive little trick. This game is very broken in a lot of ways, but it's a lot of fun. It's very cute, and we're going to get right into it. So time actually starts as soon as I hit new game. I'll start the timer, and we'll get right into it. Also, Assassin Nathan is behind me.
Hey. I have a question.
Yes.
Already.
Yep.
You can't just get a new shell.
So originally we're here trying to give him some kelps to get our shell back.
Right.
And he's like, hey, that's not enough money. Also, you're going to see me skip all the text. I'm using a text skipping hotkey.
Is he a loan shark?
He is a loan shark.
Oh my god.
So he takes our shell because we don't have the money to pay for taxes. And Krill is out here like, I don't even know what taxes are, man. And so we're chasing down the loan shark to try and get our shell back. When we jump into the water, you're going to see me do a trick where I actually have to... This game has a die instantly button. So we're just going to actually use that to skip this whole tutorial section of the game. It only works after we touch our feet in the water. Once we touch our feet in the water, we actually get pushed past the tutorial area, and we get to actually get right into the game.
I've got another question.
Yes.
Can you bind your skip text button to a controller?
Yes, you can if you have the right auto hotkey. I do not. So I have to use a keyboard.
Gotcha.
So if you guys ever see me look down and reach, it's because I'm reaching down to hit the button on my keyboard. So now we're going to use a trick called CALs, Charged Attack Launches. These launches are going to be our major form of movement for most of the game. They didn't program forward momentum properly in this, so if you use it at the end of the charged attack animation, you actually just get launched, and we use that as our main form of movement. Till we're going to go into this little sandcastle. I'm going to do a quit out to reset some enemies, and we're going to set up to do upbeats. And this is what everybody is looking forward to.
Yes, thanks to your generous donations, we have both uppies and Krill killing the end boss with a gun, both of which are awesome. So thank you for your generous donations to Extra Life.
This is not gun percent. If it was gun percent, we would kill all the bosses with a gun. Which is a speedrun if you guys would like to learn it. Gun percent. So we're going to use this little piece of sand here to actually set up. Oh, unless the lobster decides he doesn't like me today, which is pretty common. Reset him. I need to make sure not to aggro him. He's mean and will actually ruin the run for me. This is the worst part of doing uppies, in my opinion. Okay. Okay, it's fine. A little bit of a time loss here. My apologies, guys.
It's all good.
I've mostly practiced the other way of doing this without uppies because I didn't actually expect to hit it, so...
So while you're setting up and stuff, I guess we can talk about how Slurpathon 2024 is raising funds for Extra Life and the Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, and they raise a lot of money, and we have too over the years, thousands and thousands of dollars, all going to help sick kids, and yeah, it's pretty great. It's good stuff. It's unrestricted funds too, so they can use that money wherever it's most needed instead of being kind of locked in to whatever kind of bureaucratic thing is going on. But it looks like dewdney is moving, so.
I don't know if you guys heard it. Dewdney just jiggled his stick quite a bit at the menu there, and that's actually to set up for the next trick he's about to do.
It's definitely not, because for some reason my controller just keeps pushing up.
Nope.
Oh, my Lanta. Where incentives do you want your money to go to? I am unsure at this exact time. Why? My controller is not being my friend. Everything's normal. I have to actually look at the incentive list.
I totally missed that donation there, but thank you so much, Shoru, for the fantastic Elden Ring run, and also for the generous donation that's going to help kids. So let's keep it up.
So these crabs are actually infected with a kind of poison. Yeah. So this trick.
So was that a poison or a poisson?
Sorry, guys. Something is continuing to push me forward, which is really not good. Because this is pretty precise in the way that I have to do this. So uppies, the way it works is if I stand on something that Krill has to walk up onto, but not all the way, I get this weird glitched movement where I can just continually climb in the air forever. This is what is called uppies. So we're going to use this to access the first few areas of the game.
You know what they say. What goes uppies has to come downies.
This is true. I can forever just
now?
climb up.
Are uppies not allowed in the any percent category?
They are not. They are only allowed in the restricted section of the run.
Ah.
So we're going to grab this can here. So normally we would have to go through this cave and maneuver our way through to get our first abilities. We're just going to skip this whole cave.
Hey, thank you for the raid there, Jason LaRose. Appreciate you. Welcome to Slurpathon 2024, raising money for extra life. We're currently accepting donations for song requests for both Beat Mania and Rock Band, and I believe we have a command that brings up these track lists. There's the Beat Mania one. It'll switch to Rock Band afterwards.
Oh, sorry. Again, not used to going this direction. I forgot I have to grab the second crystal here. So we're going to grab our first skill here. It just unlocks the ability to shelleport. Using the moon shells, we can shelleport around. These are like our bonfires. So we're going to shelleport back to the first area of the game, but we're going to continue to use uppies to actually go through this first area. Normally you have to go into this castle, but because of shelleportation and the fact we have this uppies glitch state, we can actually just go flying into the air.
Okay.
And we're just going to roll towards the castle. Who needs to open the gate?
So uppies persist through load screens then.
Through load screens, it'll be till I actually quit to main menu.
Wow.
So, to land on the floor here. Again, this game's amazing, but it definitely has some broken collision. We can use our shell to push us through walls. And we're going to grab that item that's floating there. So we're going to knock it off the Tower of Cards. No, we're so rude.
Someone worked really hard to make that.
We're going to grab the fishing line. Fishing line is just the grappling hook of this game. Allows us to grab our first stowaway. We're actually going to grab 4 stowaways at the start here and use them. Oh, we lost our shell. That's actually okay because we have uppies. I'm going to use the shell to push myself through the floor, but it's no big deal.
There's a one of these products has a QR code on it that brings you to the Rickroll.
So this is a little slower just because we can't do the rolling. Fastest movement in this game is actually using momentum with a shell to, you'll see we'll like roll and have that orange glow around us. That means that we're moving at Mach speed, but because we don't have a shell, I'm going to be moving just a little bit slower, but we can actually grab one just up here. In this area, I have to grab this first upgrade material here. The stainless relic, a key, as you'll see, and we'll use that to upgrade our fork. I'm going to grab this shell. We're going to go past this coral.
Different shells have like different rolling speeds.
They just have different abilities. Each shell has its own dark shoals, exactly.
Ooh.
Each shell has its own shellomancy, we'll call it. For the one that we want is actually a red solo cup because it gives us drunken fist.
Actually?
It does.
That's amazing.
Yeah. We're using the sriracha bottle right now just because any circular shell spins just a little bit better, more consistent speed than an awkwardly shaped shell.
Sure.
And we're now at New Carcinia, the main hub city of the game. We're gonna have to do a conversation here. You're gonna see me mash extremely quickly. This is where we're gonna grab our next 2 stowaways. So stowaways each have abilities. They're like talismans in the Dark Souls, or rings.
Sure, I've played all of the Dark Rings.
Each one gives you like more attack, more health, more whatever. But we're actually just going to use them to sell. So here we're going to ask about our shell. He doesn't know where our shell is, but he can make our fork shine. So we're going to use one of those stainless relics and upgrade our fork, which raises its attack by +5. And then we're going to go over here to bottom feeders. She sells stowaways. This is Nema. We're going to ask her about our shell. She's never seen it either. But she sells stowaways. So we're going to sell the 4 that we got and buy the razor blade. The razor blade will be used for charge attacks in a little bit here. I'm going to reset once we're finished in New Carcinia. I'm actually going to lose the uppy state because CALs are actually faster for the next area.
CAL does stand for crabs are lazy.
Yep. So here, the menu for the shop is always loaded. So if you hit down 5 times, you can get the shop greeter, and we're going to use that to skip.
What?
Yep. It just works perfectly. We're going to go to the prawn shop. And he's wearing our shell. Prawnathan.
Jonathan, man.
Yeah. What a jerk. So, Prawnathan's like, man, that was crazy, because a bunch of trash just fell out of the sky. We're going to open up the moon shell here so that we can teleport back here later. I'm actually going to enter this moon shell to create a save state. I am winning, Haru. And we're going to return to title. This is just to lose that uppy state so that I can actually jump and do the charged attack launches again.
Oh, that's what's the
Charged attack launch.
Of course. See, I knew that, though. That's the thing.
Also, Chad, are you gonna let the game have all the puns? Let's get some donos in here with some premium crab puns. Some all-you-can-eat crab puns.
So this is going to be our first major boss of the run. This is going to be, I can't even think of his name right now. Pagaris, that's right, Pag. So we're actually going to use a little trick to kill Pag. We're going to jump off the ledge. For some reason, Pag loads above us. He also falls off the ledge. And so we just get all the stuff that we would normally get from him. I'm in a little bit of a weird state because of how I quit, so I actually have to go back to the title. And we're gonna now cross the sands between. So again, you'll see I'm using that rolling animation. The speed of it, I just bonked on air.
Yeah. Okay.
Who amongst us has killed a boss using gravity?
None of us.
None of us. Not a one.
I definitely just do.
I don't even believe in gravity.
That's a hot take right there. That's a spicy one. I'm bonking around, sorry.
So, you can just roll forever.
Forever. As long as I maintain speed and have that, like, yellow force field around me that says that I have top speed. You do lose speed as you go up hills and around corners. Any kind of movement, anything like that, does lose a little bit of speed.
Do you gain by going downhill?
You do gain by going downhill. So you'll see when I jumped up, I lost all my speed. Fair.
You roll that back.
So we're into our next sub area of the run. I'm going to activate the next moon shell, and we're actually going to go visit the moon snail again to get a couple upgrades for the next boss. We're going to use gravity to kill this next boss as well, just so everybody's aware, but we're going to do it in a pretty interesting way. So we're going to teleport, go see the moon snail.
That guy.
That's a boss that we skipped.
Oh.
Yeah. He's defending the trash.
Okay.
So we're going to learn skewer, and we're also going to learn spearfishing. So spearfishing lets us throw a fish hook. I did pick one up earlier. I do have a backup if this doesn't work. I'm just going to state that. This is a pretty tough trick to do. So when we get to the next boss, Haikia, and that's his name, Haikia, I'm going to try and spearfish him off the edge of the boss arena. It can be a little interesting, where sometimes he just gets stuck on floating bottles. And if that happens, I have to do the backup. But we're going to cross our fingers and hope that does not happen.
Good grab.
It's not
Good job. You moved that bottle cap. That's sick.
So you're gonna see me randomly get into my shell. That's just in case. These archers can be really annoying and hit me out of the air for kind of, again, no reason. Everything's really angry because of the muck. They're all infected with the muck. So here's the first cup. We're going to grab the cup. This is going to be our main shell throughout the run. You may see me grab a couple different shells, but I will mostly be using this one. I'm even going to insure this shell. So, I'm going to walk around the edge of the boss arena and be very careful not to spawn him because we want to pull him off the edge. So you'll see here I can... Okay.
That was planned?
That was absolutely planned. Yeah. So you'll see how he's got the circle there where I can hook him for no reason. We're going to jump and we're going to hook him out of midair. And I missed. And the hook broke. So I have to do the backup here, which requires me to quit out. And we're going to have to go into the uppy state again here. But there's a really good spot to set up uppies here. We have to quickly go grab the cup again. Sorry, guys. I'm terrible.
Shocking. This betrayal.
Wouldn't be a marathon run if, you know, everything didn't go wrong. Also, if you see a pack of cigarettes in this game, they're all called, instead of being Marlboros, they're Marios. So this pizza, for some reason, is like the perfect height to set up uppies on. So we're going to stand on this pizza crust. Again, it's pretty... You have to be in the half standing in the air animation to get the uppies to work. It's got to be taller than Krill's legs, but just short enough that you can walk on. And you'll be able to get the uppies. It's a little annoying to set up, but it is consistent and it does work quite well. So we're going to go down here. I have to grab another hook because I didn't grab one on the way. There is always a spare hook down there. I'm going to get back onto this ship. You'll see I can hook him off this side. So what I'm going to do is, instead of jumping off, I'm just going to try and hook him up onto this ledge. Which he did. You'll see he's standing right in front of me. Big, scary Hikea. And I'm going to use uppies to just kind of hover in midair outside of the boss arena and get him to jump off the edge.
Guess you could say bye, Kia.
Bye, Kia.
Hello.
You're good. And so we're going to head back to the city and do our first set of buys. So we're going to go back to the upper crust. The first things first, so that I don't forget to do it, we're going to insure the shell. So same thing, the shell vendor is always open. So if you hit down 7 times, you'll open the shell vendor, and we're going to insure our red cup. That means every time we die, we're going to spawn with the red solo cup. So no matter what, we can never lose this cup.
Hey, why is it always open?
I don't know, because it was programmed.
Like, you don't have to do anything to set that up.
No, that is just built into the game.
Do you have to talk to the shell vendor first?
No, surprisingly, it just is there. They didn't think people would just push down a bunch of times for some reason. So we're gonna upgrade our fork a second time. We got it gave us another +5 attack, and we're gonna go to this save point, this next moon snail shell, and we're we're actually going to upgrade our weapon, or we're going to upgrade our stats for the first time in the game. And we're going to go to plus 16 attack. This is going to set us up for the next boss. I'm going to go to the village gates, which is where we fought Hykia. And I'm going to quit out just to get out of the uppy state here. We're going to grab our second piece of the map. You didn't see us grab the first piece because it was off Pagarius. But we have it. We have 2 out of 3 of the pieces of map. We need all the pieces of map to get to the last area of the game. So right now we're just going to run along the outside of the map on a mountain. We are currently out of bounds. We use a charged attack launch. We want to get enough speed that I can roll off that little lip to get enough speed to boost us all the way over to the next area.
That's pretty cool.
Our money in this game is microplastics. Again, we're going to go out of bounds here. I also did not equip the razor blade, I think, because I feel slow. Oh, I did. I actually thought ahead for once. So, what the razor blade does is it actually shortens the window of the charged attack launch, but gives us more speed. So, we can cross large gaps like this. Yeah, for some reason we can grapple to that grapple point through the wall.
Yeah.
It just works. I am on a down patch version of the game, but that works in current patch, so we're going to try and cross this gap. I may have to quit out once or twice, because you have to be going pretty quick to actually make it, or I'll get it first try.
First try, no big deal.
No big deal. We're going to grab this stowaway, which is the Muscle Plus, which we're going to equip to deal more damage into this fight. This is probably the hardest fight in the game.
Plusle.
Plusle, yeah.
Plusle plus. Plusle.
So this is Voltai. We have to do a very strict pattern on this boss, or you will not do enough to get her into the next phase. And it's really important we do. I'm just slapping things, don't worry. So we're just gonna stand in this corner. We're safe here. She can't hit us. And we're gonna wait for her. She's got to go through each of the spawns because of the way I did damage. It kind of messes up her AI. So she's got to go. You're gonna see her do some weird things and fly around the room. She's gonna go through 4 voice lines. Once she goes to the last voice line, I'm gonna get into spot to do the same cycle. And hopefully we can kill her in one cycle without having her go to any of the other weapons. It's easiest to set her up with the hairdryer. If she goes to the other weapons, it gets a little sketchy.
Like the back massager weapon?
The back massager is.
Yes.
Again, dodge the damage with that. Try and get her to... And we got it. First try.
Nice.
That is a very, very annoying fight that can go badly very quickly.
Yes, absolutely.
So.
Yeah, I've seen that go really poorly for you in the past. So.
Clean, 0 back massagers.
0 back massagers, no toaster. We're gonna switch back to the razor blade for movement. We're gonna cross all of this muck by doing some sneaky rolling. A little stuck. It's okay. So.
That guy.
That's a boss that we're actually going to get to fall into the ocean over here, the steamroller.
Really?
Yeah. He's just going to fall in a hole. You don't got to worry about him. I had to roll past him in a very certain way to get him into the right spot. If he doesn't fall, then we have a problem. But he should.
There he
He
goes.
goes. Except, I'm kind of stuck. I would love to
There it
do
is.
the thing.
Hold it.
Rude, Krill.
He's not being cooperative. Grab-operative. I don't know.
Nailed it.
There we go. All right. How do you roll if not sneaky? That's very true. Okay, we climbed up the mountain. We're gonna go grab the third piece of the map, which then allows us to go to our next major boss fight. The next boss fight is probably my favorite in the game. It's very cool. Requires you to do a bunch of parries, and it's a little bit more intuitive than just getting an enemy to jump off the side of the map. Did not get enough speed to do the roll here, so I'm gonna be doing a little bit of walking. That's okay. So first things first, we gotta teleport back to the city. We gotta put the pieces of the map in place so that we know where we're going.
Right. Can't do that anywhere but the city.
Nope. You gotta put them in the back of the cereal box.
Right.
Exactly, Afro. It's time. You should have known your betters, kid. So, I'm gonna stop at the moon shell here. I'm gonna learn parry. I'm gonna learn aggravation, which makes it so that when my shell gets hit, I deal extra damage, and self-repair, which makes it so that when I land a large hit, it refills the shield on my shell. So we're gonna go back to the upper crust. We're gonna go hand in our pieces of the map.
That shrimp that took your shell.
He wants 1 million microplastics for it.
That's a lot of micro.
He wants everything we have. He's trying to scam us. And as Krill goes through the game, he becomes less and less happy because he's had to learn how to fight, and all these people keep attacking him, and all he wants is a place to lay his head. He's very sad about it. So, we're gonna help Krill out here.
The moon shells. Live in that. How'd he get here?
Emma just came. So for some reason, if we're in her conversation when the boat is powering up, we actually skip a whole conversation. Again, great design. Game's perfect, I promise. But we used all of our umami abilities, so we actually have to stop at the shell and rest so we can restore those. And while I'm here, again, for some reason my controller's just going up. But we're going to max out at 21 attack. That's going to be our last level ups that we do through the run. We're going to see Roland. That was nice. I don't know how I saved that.
Yep.
But
Purely intentional, pure skill.
your skill, yeah.
Do those bubble jets kill you or just push you?
They push you. But they deal 1 point of damage.
Oh, man. Huge.
So hopefully my controller decides not to act up, because this is kind of tight. I have to land on that screw and then up onto here. Can you stop? To launch out of bounds. And we're gonna go through the back of the it's a pinball machine which triggers Roland's fight. So the first thing we're gonna do when we get into Roland's fight, Atlanta, is we're gonna use our ability, switch the muscle. We're gonna tank those two. Heavy attack, parry, heavy attack, tank that one, heavy attack, tank it, heavy attack. Get wrecked. First try Roland.
Nice.
Oh,
Good
roll
fight.
because he rolls?
He's I don't really know because he's like a weird underwater pill bug.
Right. Well, those are crustaceans.
So Krill is now depressed.
Can you skip that?
You can skip depression, but it's a
That's a frame perfect trick.
it is a frame perfect trick. You have to use the die instantly button on the same frame that Roland hits you. So it's very hard
To skip depression.
to
you
skip
have to use
depression.
die instantly.
Yeah.
Woo!
What you say
That's heavy.
That's,
is beautiful.
It's something.
After that, we need some uppies.
It's mean,
do
we
need some
definitely need
uppies.
some uppies.
and it's rude,
Um,
and it's scary, and everything nice in it just gets.
So you
messed
notice
up
Krill is just
eventually.
depressionally talking about how everything just gets messed up. He doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to fight. He never wanted to learn how to fight. Everything's just going
over.
bad.
It's
Firth finds all the money, and Firth's like, I'm rich now, and it's over. And Krill is like, man, I don't want to talk about it. I'm depressed.
But, well, I thought they used microplastics.
Yeah,
So what are they gonna do with this?
I don't know.
To fight.
Imagine how many microplastics you could buy with all this money.
Oh.
You could buy macroplastics with that much money.
I'm tired.
So the hidden overlay in this game
Never
is
wanted to be any good at it. I'm never getting
there
my
is
show
a
back.
boss that we're going to fight towards the end called Praia Dubia. Praia has been spreading muck, infecting all of the crabs, everyone with... It's spreading trash into the water, pretty much, to like take away their ability and making them want to pay taxes and all of these things and become terrible people, pretty much. Terrible underwater denizens. And it's all Praya's fault. So we're going to go deal with Praia.
If
ever
you
fight the
don't
lone shark?
fight,
We do.
Oh.
So the loan shark is actually... It was just crab battle therapy. He does. So we're just going to allow these crabs to take us. But he's gonna get saved by Nema. Nema's like, you gotta do something, kid. You can't just be depressed. So all his friends that he made in New Carcinia are actually gonna come down here to help save Krill.
Hey, I got a question, and I was gonna ask it earlier.
Sure.
Why do the blacksmiths in Souls games all have weird long arms?
I
'Cause
don't know.
I noticed in Elden Ring, the blacksmith had like.
We are not doing Sebastian impressions. So again, this is a pretty tight trick. I have to switch back to the razor blade to get enough speed. We're gonna try and clear this door. If my controller is gonna be my friend and work. Sorry, guys.
Perfect. Look at that. All you have to do is slap it.
Little understanding. So we're heading towards that glow stick over there. We're now dealing with denizens of the deep underwater. We're going to try and skip through this door. This is potentially where I'm going to lose the most time. This skip can be either really easy or really bad.
Why was that glow? Whoops. Why was that glow stick like pointed at? What were we supposed to do with it?
It's just pointing us towards the next door. There's 5 of them. Okay, we got it. Perfect.
Easy.
Nice.
So we're gonna
Well
open
done.
up this shortcut, and then we're gonna go into this water jet, and you guys are gonna judge me, but we're actually going to use this water jet, and we're gonna die instantly inside of the water jet. And the reason that we're doing this is because for some reason when they program this, when you die in a water jet and you
die in
continue
real life.
afterwards, you get infinite stamina out of the water jet. So when I retouch that water jet, we're gonna have infinite swim. And we're gonna use that to skip most of this area. Okay, it's fine as long as I don't die. If I die, then I lose the water jet and I have to reset it up. Yeah, bottom left,
Yeah.
under the shell. The blue is my shell, is my defense. The purple stars are my umami power.
Mommy power.
Umami.
Oh. That's different.
So you'll see I have infinite swim now. My stamina just never goes down. So we're going to use that to just clear this area. There's a lot of really dangerous... Pretty much at this point in the game, we're severely underleveled and everything can kill me in one hit. So I'm trying to avoid dying to anything. So we're just going to swim. We're not going to touch this moon shell. This moon shell is a fake. It's actually a boss. So you'll see there's another gate over here. We're going to... go over top of it. And we're going to just swim again. I need to have enough swim speed, though, because we're actually going to our next boss arena. And if I land too low, I won't be able to land on land. And I will fall. And that's bad. We need to have this infinite swim for the next area of the game.
You're not cupping.
Because if I cup the way I would when I'm using, like... uppies, I will just lose stamina. So, and we don't want to lose stamina. So this is our next boss. This is Inkerton. Inkerton can go very good or very bad. If I die here, we're in trouble. That was almost very bad.
Looks like he's a crab.
He is. He is a squid. He's very rude and has a gun, and he can actually kill you outside of this boss arena. So I'm going to try and get out of here as fast as possible.
Was his gun the gun?
Let's face hell together,
No.
lad.
No, it is not. So we actually got out of Inkerton. It was very close. That gunshot, I didn't get hit by all the pellets, or I would have died, and that would have been depressing.
And we'd have to skip it.
Then we'd have to skip it.
Is your stamina thing reset at a load screen, or
Nope.
broken forever?
It's
again?
broken for now.
The main menu will reset it like uppies.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
See, I'm getting the hang of this. I know this run. That's why I'm here.
If you like Souls-like games, Malezra, this is probably my favorite Souls-like that is not a Souls game. Sorry, guys. This is like... I need to get enough height off that wall thing to land on that ledge up there. And it's pretty tight, so... There we
it
go.
is. First try.
First try.
First try.
Land on there.
This is a good one to
Across.
try, Mel.
We're gonna use our shell to get out of bounds.
Have you beaten this game not in a
I have.
Wow. I don't know why that impresses and surprises me. But it does.
So we're just gonna infinite swim here. This is actually heading to the second last boss. You see where that title circle is?
No.
This is the most dangerous area of the game. We're going to that castle behind it. We're gonna drop through. There's a toilet that flushes us into the deepest part of the ocean.
Right.
So we're going there to get flushed. An ocean toilet, exactly, Aki. It makes sense. So this is like the castle area. There's a prince crab here. We're just not gonna see him. He has some guards and stuff that are incredibly scary. Again, everything at this point in the game can one-shot me, so I have to play super safe. Black Myth isn't really a Souls game. It's an action game.
Man,
It's a lot of swimming.
it's a lot of swimming.
It's a lot of swimming.
A lot of swimming.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, what's that charity, Omax?
Oh, you might be thinking of Extra Life benefiting the Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
That's the one.
We are raising money for the Alberta Children's Hospital, and all of the money you donate gets donated to the hospital as unrestricted funds, meaning that the hospital can use it as they see fit.
That's pretty cool.
It's very cool, and we appreciate any donations. Right now, we're accepting donations with incentives open for song requests for both Beat Mania and Rock Band. $10 per song for Beat Mania and $5 per song in Rock Band. So get on that if you want to hear your favorite songs. And I'll post a track list in the chat real quick.
Park number.
Sorry, guys, I just had to readjust here. All right, so this is Priya. Priya has 2 phases. In the first phase, we have to deal with a bunch of little crabs that she has infected. You'll see them spawning out of the ground here. As long as I do each one of these guys, as long as I have my shell Amancy, I killed him in 1 hit. So I need to make sure that I have that up at all times. And I also have to dodge these balls from her. They will kill me in 1 hit. So she should come down to the ground now. We're going to heavy attack. Heavy attack. She's a crab being held onto by a... oh, that is real bad. We have to die. Yeah.
Sorry, that was on me.
It's all good. I am not going for Firth and Vulnerability because we get to use a gun for Firth.
A watery grave.
What?
Yeah. Those grubby barnacles.
No. Shiva me timbers. Shiva's ice.
Mm-hmm. Just like the word shiver.
No. No. Oh man. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't practice Priya enough.
Prior to this fight.
Probably.
Streamel, you may remember balls from the Elden Ring run earlier, or the Nier Automata run on Thursday.
Krill, help me.
So that circular attack is the one that we want to avoid. because it'll just break my shell instantly. So I'm going to use a safety strat here. I normally wouldn't, but I'm going to equip this another crab. This means that if we die here, I get to come back. We have to avoid this for the next minute and a half. So I'm just going to roll around in my shell to avoid the lasers and the spikes and the bombs and everything else. This is all we're doing is avoiding. You can lure the balls into her to shorten this up, but it only shortens the fight by 8 seconds, and it's incredibly hard to do, so we're just gonna be safe, not do that.
Fair.
Out of my shell, those lasers kill me in one hit. Like everything does at this point, which is why I'm rolling around in my shell. If I take a laser, it won't kill me in one hit. It'll kill me in 2. Just makes it safe. Alright. Finish Priya.
Nice.
And we are headed to the last boss. We are headed towards Firth. This will be the final scene. Krill is chasing the moon shell, the rainbow shell that Firth is wearing, because it has powers. We're on a trash island made by Priya. So one of the things that the developers actually built to this game, they have assist mode settings where you can change the difficulty, give yourself extra durability, but they gave you just the ability to give Krill a gun. And when they say that, it is the most...
I wasn't expecting that.
You did this, viewers. You donated for it. And aren't you glad you did?
Hey there, pal.
So we are going to fight Firth, and we're just going to gat him up. He's going to unlock all the power of the shell. But guess what?
You have the power of a gun.
I have the
Yeah.
power of a
Put
gun.
that on.
Okay.
So Krill is gonna take down all of what Priya did. You'll notice all the trash that was floating at the top of the water is now falling to the bottom. It's crushing the city. Krill kind of messed everything up. And I'm gonna use a little trick that I have not used the entire time, where we can actually just use the fishing line to infinitely stay in the air.
What?
Yeah. So we're gonna come over here. You would have seen the shark at the start. Well, Pronathan was actually the one controlling it. So we're just gonna kill him.
Whoa. Couldn't you have done that like from jump?
I wish we could have. And we're just gonna steal the shell back. That's our shell. That's our home. We got our home back. That's time.
It's broken.
What word comes to mind when you think of
10
the
out of 10.
Earth? This world is resilient, but not endlessly so.
Oh, that was excellent.
This
As
is also
Earth
like the
spins
cutest
ever
ending
faster
ever.
towards its uncertain future.
And it doesn't actually give you spoilers to anything because we skipped all of the story.
Some will fight for the world
But like I
they
said,
dream,
highly suggest checking this game out.
blade
If
in
you guys like
hand.
Souls-likes, this is probably my
Some will
favorite
spend their
Souls-like
whole
that
lives
is not
saving
made
others from falling
by
through
the
cracks.
Dark Souls devs. I put it above Liza P.
And others still.
We did
Never
lose
rest
our
in
home
one
and got
place
depression,
for long.
but we beat depression and got our home
As
back.
this fragile world
Hey.
begins to fracture,
That's not that band-aid.
no matter how
Why
large
didn't you
or
keep the
small,
rainbow shell?
the
Right?
one thing no creature can
he
afford
gives it
is
up to destroy
complacency.
everything that Priya was doing.
Yeah, and destroy
But
the
though
whole
history
city.
And
talks
destroyed
of
everything.
warriors
Yeah.
and heroes,
He quote
and
unquote
great
saves the
mighty
ocean.
crabs that shook the
You'll also
world,
notice that he's wearing a
it is
neckerchief.
the thankless
He also
deeds
gives up his home for
that
somebody
shall
else
ever
that's
make
homeless.
that world worth fighting for.
Okay.
Because, you know, Krill went through the entire game to get his house back and then just gives it to somebody
Yeah.
else. But yeah, thank you guys so much for letting me show this off. I know I'm a little bit overestimate. I did have a little bit of trouble at the start there. I apologize. But I hope that you guys enjoyed it. This game, like I said, check it out. The Aggro Crab team actually took part in all these speedrunning events for it so far, which is very cool. They like seeing people play this game, run this game. Yeah, shout out to Lil Aggie and Spicy for how much work they put into this game, and Ninten, and there's a lot of guys behind the scenes in the speedrunning community that have done a ton for this game. This is the second game that AgroCab has done. So, appreciate you guys checking it out.
Yeah. All right. So, coming up next, I believe we have Rhythm Game Block. So, I am going to pass it back to our next host, and we are going to get started with that. So, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of fun rhythm games coming up next, and some great music. So, keep it locked here. Donate what you can, and we will see you soon.